Okay, I'm going to demonstrate a series of core exercises that have a lot of carryover to runners and get both front side, back side, as well as a little bit of rotational core and side. So the first one is a sort of a twist or a crunch. You hold your legs at 90 degrees at the hips, 90 degrees at the knees. Use your arms and try and do 10 where you're pulling up, trying to really try and touch your ankles if you can. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then you want to go and do the same thing where you're trying to reach around as far to the side as you can. 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then over to the other side. Really want to reach, even hold for half a second up at the top. Keeping your legs and knees bent helps focus the effort on the abs. Once you've done 10 forward and 10 to each side, then finish with 10 more forward. Again, keeping your knees and hips bent really helps keep the exercise in your abs and not in your hips and legs. Next exercise, put your hands straight on the ground beside you. Lift your legs straight up and push your hips up in the air. Once you've pre-fatigued your muscles with the first exercise, this one tends to emphasize the lower ab just a little bit more. The straighter you can keep your knees and legs, the better the exercise. And you want to go for about 10 of those. Next exercise, with you already on your back, put your heels down right by your bottom so that your weight is right onto your heels, and you push 10 times, really trying to feel it in your glutes, in your lower back, and your hamstrings. Again, to make any of these exercises harder, just hold at the top for half a second, or even a couple of seconds. You want to plan it so that you're getting muscles that are a little bit tired at about 10 reps. So the first 10 of these are kind of a warm-up. Then you'll hold a leg in the air and do just one leg. Try and just touch your bottom to the ground and then push straight back up. You may want to start with 5 or 6 of these and then work to 10 or 12. Of course, switch to the other leg when you're done. And you really want to feel that weight pushing through your heel. And you should really feel it in your hamstring, glute, and low back. And then finish off with 7, 8, or 10 more with both legs down. All right, then you're going to go ahead and flip over and go into plank. In the beginning, just a straight plank, hold for 30 seconds or a minute is good. Once that becomes easy, you can do a pumping plank. You can also lift one leg and do a pumping single leg plank. Make sure you do both legs. A little harder still is jumping jack plank. And the hardest of all is hopping plank. Next one, as long as you're on your stomach, go into Superman. You really want to make sure you get your thighs and as much of your body off the ground as you can. And like the other exercises, if you hold at the top for a second or 2 or 3 or 4, it makes the exercise even harder, so that you can stay doing maybe 10 to 15 repetitions. Experiment with different arm positions. Right, then you can go into side plank, which again, there's a variety of ways that you can modify it to make it a little harder. You go just from plain side plank to hip pumping side plank, or leg lift side plank, or even running side plank. An advanced variation would involve putting a 4-inch foam pad under your foot. That makes it even harder to stabilize. I'm going to switch, go to the other side. Final couple of exercises are done standing. I may disappear, and it's best if you do these with weights, but a running motion. You may not see my head very well. I didn't bring weights out. Again, sideways. Trying to keep a smooth and even motion. The final exercise involves a resistance band put around your ankles, getting down into a squat position and taking big steps to the side. Because of the camera angle, I'm only going to take a couple of steps. This does a lot of things, but a lot of it targets some of the major hip stabilizing muscles. Hope that's helpful, and happy exercising.